talking about women's rights in Quran.
Sure.
That I know that in Quran they say that the men can have four wives.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
So is that right?
Yeah, it's in the Quran that you can have 2, 3, or 4 if you can deal justly. If not, it's best to have one.
How do you treat justice to?
So let me ask you an example, right? Like for example, in Iraq we had a war, right? Many of the men were killed, as you know, right? But the U.S. invasion and the death squad, the Shia death squads, and so on. So in that situation, you had many women that couldn't go out and get a job because there was no economy, right?
Okay.
How are they to support their children and so on? Would they become prostitutes? What should they do?
They can work.
They couldn't. I just told you, right? In a time of war, where there's no economy, right?
They just
starve.
They should get married.
There you go. So what? But there are few men and many women.
Why men, instead of getting married to them, just give money to them,
right.
not getting married?
But let's be realistic, right? How long are you going to be able to support an entire family until your own family starts saying, well, why are you spending on them when we got needs ourselves? Right? So in that situation, why not? In that situation, if there is
nowadays,
sure.
Women doesn't need men to I don't know how I can explain it. They can do things as men can do.
Anything?
Anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Like boxing?
What?
Can you put a woman with Mike Tyson in a boxing ring?
Yes, of
And
course.
how will that woman do against Mike Tyson?
Yeah, they could do that.
She doesn't need to fight against Mike Tyson.
But you just said that you could.
I mean, you said boxing, of course a woman can.
No, with a male boxer. You said just like a man can. Are there differences between men and
Can a
women?
man give birth?
They cannot.
Okay.
I agree.
Like
you
want
just
to
made
put-
my point.
Wait, no,
But that's my point, that men and women are different.
That's not your-
That is. Listen. It's my point. Let me say what's my point.
You're saying, can you put a woman boxer, or can a woman box? Of course they can. But
They can or cannot?
Of course they can. Why not?
I'm sorry.
But
Can a woman boxer fight Mike Tyson?
why should she fight?
So
Mike
that's the
Tyson?
point that I'm making, that men or women are different.
course
You
they
said
are.
a woman can do anything a man can. I would say no, there are things.
as
Let me finish.
Job.
Okay, can I finish?
Job. Yes.
I will listen to you.
But that's not.
I'm going to listen to you.
I
Go ahead.
do respect you giving the point. I mean, I hear you.
Okay.
And I want to say I respect what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
And my understanding is that you want to show an image of Islam that is not being portrayed in the West.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And Islam that, right now what we hear in the news, this is what my understanding is from what you're doing here. I may be wrong, but I'm understanding that in the news we always hear, these terrorists, or like Osama bin Laden is the Muslim,
Gotcha.
or this guy, or Daesh or ISIS, and
Yep.
these guys, and you guys are trying to say, no, there's another image of Islam, and
No.
this is different than.
So let me clarify. Okay.
Okay.
Because you're asking what I'm doing, right? So I'm here not to counterbalance the media. That may happen, but I'm here to give the message of the Quran to people that don't know it. Okay? My job is not, I don't really care what people think about me, to be honest with you, right? People are going to have their prejudices. People are going to have their biases. I hope that by communicating, we can get over some of those, but that's their issue, right? My responsibility is to convey the message of the Creator to the creation. There is one truth, right, that Allah revealed to all the prophets, and the last of them being the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So to convey that is what I'm here for. Okay? Now, I do agree with you that the image that we see of many Muslims in the media is wrong, because that's the media. The image of African Americans and Mexican Americans in America and other countries in America is going to be skewed because the media likes hype, right? But what I will not do is compromise the religion of Islam for acceptability, right? What Allah revealed in the Quran, He revealed. He's my creator.
I understand totally. I
Good.
was asking
I'm
about
glad.
women rights, right? So you told me that it's because, okay, in a situation that the economic is fine,
Sure.
or not, okay, in that point that you told me,
Sure.
about, why women can't have 3 husbands to
Good
take
question.
care of them?
Good question. So, in that situation, if you have a husband who, even during war, is able to earn, is able to go out in that situation and earn, why would a woman need a second husband? Like, if you can give me an explanation of when that would be needed, I'm more than happy to listen to it.
No, I mean, why should men can have 4 wives?
Okay.
And they can have 40 wives with the temporarily, something like
No,
that?
nothing like that.
It's
Where did you
just
learn
war.
Islam? Somewhere wrong, first off, right?
No, but this is a good question, Shaz, because in Africa there are tribes where
Sure.
women have more than one husband.
I don't know of any of those.
There
Can you
are.
name one?
I don't know the name of the
Okay.
tribe, but I can figure it. There are tribes in
What's the
Africa.
village?
I don't know the name, but we can figure
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
I
Well,
know
why
that for
why
sure.
did they have more than one husband?
Exactly. Because it's a society where the women are allowed to have more husbands than one.
So I've never-
And husbands are not. I'm telling you, I know for a fact that there are. I can look it up.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
I'm saying this is all a society, like it's a societal thing.
Okay.
Like you would say, okay, Muslim men can do that because
But
they
you
have
can't have
access.
justice.
Let me respond
for
if you like.
women. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So first off, if you have, forget about like the Western society and DNA testing and all, let's say in Africa, a tribe, a woman that has 4 husbands, would you know who the father of the child is?
I was gonna get to this point.
Right,
where,
right. Good.
So they will have kids,
Okay.
and the entire tribe will take care of the kids because that kid can belong to anyone.
Gotcha.
So this can actually bring the people together because they are
Really?
all related.
But-
and they all take care of the kids.
Let me
So it's
ask
just-
you something. The bond between a parent and a child, is it the same as a bond between a neighbor and that child?
I don't know. I don't
Come
know
on,
this one.
you do know. You know that you've studied psychology, I'm sure. Hold on.
If you
Hold
don't
on.
know, if a man doesn't know if that child is his or the other, he's going to love both the same.
That's not true. You know it's not true. Let me ask you this. I'm a father. Let me tell you. I'm a father.
Okay.
I have children. Do you have children?
No.
No
Thank
children?
God, no.
Then you, thank God, really? Well, your parents had you, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So that's why the people that have kids is why society runs, right? If you had a child, then I could explain this better, but if not, I'm going to try to explain it from a parent perspective. I have a child. My neighbors have children. I love all children. I believe that they're all upon Islam before fitrah and all of that. But my feelings for my biological children are much more than my neighbor's children, even though
accept that.
you
Okay.
accept that. So when you have a father and a mother, their feelings for their children are not going to be the same as somebody else, even if they love all of them. I love all children. I want all of them to be safe, but I'd give my life for my kids. You understand? So when you have a woman with 10 husbands, you will not know who is the father. But if you have a husband with 4 wives, do you know who the mother is? Yes. Do you know who the father is?
many wives
Yes.
do you have?
I have 1 wife.
And your wife agree with you
Yes.
to have 3 more wives?
If there was a need for it, but I don't have a need for it. Yes. You seem surprised?
Honestly.
Where are you
How
from?
can you make it?
Where are you from?
It doesn't
Iran.
matter.
You're from Iran.
It doesn't matter.
Tell the truth.
It doesn't matter.
I know you're from Iran.
It doesn't matter.
You know how I know you're from Iran?
We're not
Because of the
talking about-
mut'ah that you've been taught, which is not in Islam.
We're not talking about where I'm from.
Okay.
I'm talking about human.
Okay,
rights.
in America,
Women
can a
rights.
man have 4 girlfriends?
That's the thing.
doesn't matter.
There should be
No.
one only.
They should be
But
one.
do they?
Men and women.
Do they?
I don't know.
You
Maybe
don't
they
know?
do.
You don't know if America people have more than 1 girlfriend? Come on.
They may or may
They
not.
may or may not? Do men in America have multiple girlfriends?
Okay.
I'm not with
And
all
women
men in America.
and
They
all
can.
Come on. Look, I'm open to
Can
an
they have
honest
more than one?
conversation.
Honest.
We're going to be
Okay.
honest.
Many
What are we
girls-
talking about? I honestly
Many girls-
Okay, let me tell you.
Actually,
Many girls.
have many boyfriends.
Okay.
That doesn't
Sure.
make any sense.
I agree with you that it's wrong, right?
Okay.
So let's go back to that. Would you want to have?
It's not
Would you?
wrong and right. It's kind of depends on them.
Okay.
And
So how do we?
their decision?
How do we know right from wrong?
Sorry.
How would we know right from wrong?
We don't know.
You don't know.
No.
We do.
How do you know?
From the Quran.
From the Quran?
The words of Allah.
Quran say that you can have 4 wives and make
Yes.
justice with all of them.
Some of you can.
How can you make justice with 4 wives?
Let me tell you this.
Just give
Sure, I will tell you.
give them money.
Do you want me to answer?
I know your answer.
But if you know my answer, why do you ask? If you
Okay,
ask, let me answer.
Okay,
All right? Let me answer. You guys are keep skipping over my answer, right? You ask
Okay,
questions, okay?
okay.
So, I know people, not me, I know people that have multiple wives. And their wives are happy in that situation. And they are just between them in their time, in their love, in their money, in their taking care of the kids. So what's wrong with that situation? The women are happy, and he's happy, and the children are happy.
So why women can't have
No problem.
four
I will answer you.
husbands?
I will tell you, because in the Quran, Allah didn't allow it.
Okay.